Northeastern alumni. I'll keep a part of you in me, and everywhere I am, there you'll be. And everywhere I am, there you'll be. There you'll be. Yes, we've had an alumni choir, the Northeastern College Alumni and Friends Choir, and we've competed even after we left Northeastern in competitions, and we did very well. We won at Best Village, we won at Sanfest was the secondary school level. That was our school song. There were other versions as well, but this in the 2000 decade, this was our school song. I don't know if some of you might have been familiar with it. The second song that we're going to do is Tingo. All right, it's a folk song.
Tingo lost all the money in the Wapi and Rumi. He lost all the money. The boy lost all the money in the Wapi and Rumi. Tingo lost all the money in the Wapi and Rumi. Playing poker, Tingo lost all the money. The boy lost all the money in the Wapi and on monkey, he bet on cocoa and centipede. Each dreamy bounce of dial, so he bet on Jack and Roman.
Tingo, stop the gambling. You have to reason again. Tingo, your children hungry. Stop the stupid roaming. Tingo, forget the way. Go home when you get paid. Tingo, treat the woman nice, 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 nice.
He lost money for the rent. He lost every blinking cent. All the money gone down the drain. Tingo gambling all the money, the boy wouldn't save a penny. He don't care about his family. He gambling all the money, the boy wouldn't save a penny. He don't care about his family. He gambling all the money, the boy wouldn't save a penny. He don't care about his family. He gambling, he gambling, he gambling all day long. He gambling, he gambling, he gambling all day long. He gambling, he gambling, he gambling, he gambling, he gambling all day. Tingo saving the money from the wapi and roaming. Tingo gets mad, the boy keeping the money. Teresa real happy, he does give she money. No more wait, Tingo save the only pay. 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 No more
Waiting go save the all they pay. No more waiting go save the all they pay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Deidre, for that presentation. Now, those were the students who started the millennium. If you notice, they were very confident. They were the best that they could be. They were the students who made it because the world was supposed to come crashing at 12:01 in 2000. You all remember that? Right. And they were also the students who got to write 2000 in their copybook. I remember that is something that we couldn't even think about, not having that 19 in front. So let's hear it for the students of 2000 with their presentation. We now invite that class to please stand and show your class, the class of 2000 to 2009. Please stand and show your class. Yeah, they would have had to come real quick. So there you have it. I'm not hearing all you. Let me hear the class of 2000 to 2009. Yes, they're in the house now. So congratulations. We're now going to call the last decade, the newbies from 2010. This class would have seen the death of the telephone booth. These children actually have cell phones. I remember lining up by that telephone booth right in front by the principal and the vice principal car park. How many of you use that phone booth? How many of you, that was your cell phone? Right. Yes, that was my cell phone. And happy was the child who had 4.25 cents. Okay, so we would now like to welcome Sanjay Santoki to do the historical segment for 2010. This should be kind of shortened, but they were awarded at the same time. So let's welcome the class 2010 to present.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. All protocols observed. A pleasant good night and a warm welcome to each and every one of you wonderful people here tonight. My name is Sanjay Santoki, and I am the current head boy of Northeastern College and the current president of the Northeastern College Charity Association. Thank you for taking this time to celebrate with us at this inauguration of our alumni organization. I would also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the tremendous work that the organizing committee has put in towards making tonight a success. By their efforts, and indeed the efforts of everyone here tonight, you all have showed up and showed your support and truly made this a spectacular event. I know that this Alumni Association would surely achieve its purpose. I will now pass you on to Nuruddin Mohammed so that he can introduce himself.
Yes, good evening, everyone. My name is Nuruddin Mohammed. I am the current Deputy Head Boy as well as the Public Relations Officer for the Charity Association. And tonight, me and Sanjay, we are going to show you what the year group 2010 to current has been up to this time. So I know it sort of feels like Northeastern College has almost slipped under the radar in recent years. So we are about to present some of the achievements and events that have taken place recently. Technical difficulties. All right, so 4 years ago, we celebrated Trinidad's 50th, Northeastern's 50th anniversary. And that was a rather large event.
Northeastern College has also celebrated the 50th independence of Trinidad and Tobago, where they did a reenactment of the independence.
Yeah, and it was a really large program where students from different schools also attended. So that's to show the kind of atmosphere that Northeastern tries to create, one where you have camaraderie with schools from across the area.
These are some of the students from the other schools that attended the independence event. This is Mark Pierre. He is a student of Northeastern College, and he is currently making songs on his own. He's an artist.
Yeah, so Northeastern College is producing upcoming soca artists.
This is also an upcoming soca artist. This is Venice Herrera.
As you can see, she's getting a lot of exposure and thing now. She's been on various talk shows.
This is Northeastern Got Talent. This is some of our scholarship winners. Roger Hector, Sasha Jagannath, Brandon Joseph, Felicia Marie, and Vaughn Thomas.
And as you should all know, we made headlines recently when Arti Ramrup made 21 passes in CSEC.
Yeah. This is also another great celebration that Northeastern College celebrates every year, a big Diwali celebration.
And Northeastern College actually went to the 14th National Youth Parliament, where they debated the topic of youth crime in the country.
This is Nur. This is Northeastern College, recently opened club. We are a club where teachers and students are united by a common vision and a common goal, where we would pool our resources together to help those in need. One of our first projects was Project Haiti, where we partnered with this club called ITNAC, Is There Not a Cause? They are guaranteed that the money will go to perfect use, where they will be on news and social media. They will be actually the ones that are helping building their houses and stuff in Haiti. We raised a sum of $2,000 to donate to Haiti recently. This was another measure that we used to raise funds for Haiti. We passed this map around to the different classes in the school, and each student would fill any amount that they want, and it will total to $100.
The Charity Association also had a project shoebox where students from around the school would pool together their resources and donate toys and other items to children in need in Trinidad and Tobago.
These items can range from deodorants to toys, books, stationery.
Yeah, we had a large program where a lot of children were invited and they were given the gifts.
We were just helping out with the kids on the day. This is a group shot of the club. Recently, we have witnessed a tragic passing of one of our closest students, Rachel Rampisoon. The charity club attended a solidarity walk for her.
So students from Northeastern as well as from different schools came together and marched as a way of protest to show that, well, basically to just show how we all felt about what has really happened to Rachel. It was a tragedy that should have been avoided, and we really want to make a difference about it. So we all rose up and showed our collective voice on that.
This is a short clip.
This is the actual day when Northeastern students marched through Sangha Gandhi in order to protest for Rachel.
Recently, we visited the Logo Soap Ship. Not much may know, but the Logo Soap Ship is actually a charitable organization themselves. We organized and got a private tour of the whole ship, and they told us all about how they assist others in need. This is our head girl, Maya Allen.
Right, so now I'd just like to thank you all for coming out tonight and really helping us to celebrate Northeastern College. I think tonight we all got a sense that a lot of great things came from our school, and as Ms. Ramlal rightly said, with a strong alumni behind us, I'm sure a lot of great things are still to come. And also I feel like although many of you have graduated, you never truly left. And that sense of loyalty, that sense of unity is what any institution needs at its foundation. So once again, thanks to all of you who came out and showed your support in various ways. Thanks to all the alumni whose hard work made this night possible. May you all have a wonderful evening.
Also, in closing, on behalf of the student body and the charity club, I would like to thank once more all those people who contributed in one way or another to making tonight a success. I invite all present here tonight. Let us hold hands and unite for a better Northeastern College and a better Trinidad and Tobago. Because united we stand, and together we are stronger.
So I'd like to welcome back my co-host. Did you all miss him, Brent Elder?
I heard all those who said no. Please see me after. Detention starts immediately.
Show more respect for Brent Elder. Brent Elder is the only student who went to school 2000 in the 1980s, 90s, the 20s, all the way to 2016. So Brent, along with your peers, all those representing the class from 2010 to present, please stand and show your class.
So that's all?
Look, my family.
Oh, nice. Let's give them a hearty. Let's give them a hearty. Let's give them a hearty.
One of the changes among the years would have been the monograms. Some of us would have started with pinned monograms. Then they laminated the monogram.
Yes, they did.
And then they had a big print that used to look like a newspaper print on the left pocket. And then we went on to embroidered shirts. So the embroidered shirts came in in the 80s, and I think you all still use them today. Not so?
I feel we'll have to sell some T-shirts. We'll have to sell some shirts so you can get a fresh one and put it up in your archives. Without turning around, let me see who was paying attention. Do not turn around now. Do not try to look up on the wall. What's the letters above the monogram right now? Not the youngsters. Spy Sense. S. What does the S stand for? Someone from the 60s, you had to do your homework. You cannot come to college and did not do your homework. What does that S stand for?
I will excuse myself now.
Of course. What does that S stand for? Spiritual. See? So P. What does the P stands for? I'm hearing psychological. Physical. I. What does the I stand for? Intellectual. C stands for? Cultural. E stands for? Emotional. M stands for? Moral. And S? Social.
Excellent.
And you know what that means now? The whole holistic approach to education. So every time I came in here and I looked at that up on that wall, I said we were 10 steps ahead of everyone else in Trinidad and Tobago. Because now we are trying to get this whole holistic approach to education, and indeed we were leading the way. So when you take a look at that, always remember that nice spice up on the wall. Good. Thank you all for being with me. There are some alumni students who are abroad who would love to be here, and they cannot be here. So I was making a little bit of the videos to send to them. So they are willing to jump in at whatever end. And I just want to do one of them a bit of medical favor with his dad. So that was the reason I just jumped out for a couple of minutes. On the program, I am seeing our feature address by the interim associate chairman. Please let's put our hand together and warmly, loudly welcome Mr. Dale Scobie. I mean all 10,000 of us in the back, to the side, to the front.
Thank you, Brent. Fellow alumni, Madam Principal. This event is dubbed Page 1. And of course, we certainly want to thank a member of our organizing committee, Sir Oliver Rupsing, who has conceptualized the term Page 1. Page 1, of course, as we all know who attended Northeastern College, speaks of a beginning. It's just the first page. But we are very optimistic and we look forward to turning other pages as we continue in our association. It's our privilege tonight to participate in this very special and historic occasion. On the night of May 1961, under the principalship of Mr. Ralph Laltu, Northeastern College, then Sangre Grande Government Secondary School, opened its doors with an enrollment of 105 students. These 105 students graduated 5 years later, some 4 years later, I'm told, mainly in 1965. And upon their graduation, they became the first alumni of this illustrious college. Some 52 groups of students later, with a population now approaching 12,000. We are now approaching 12,000 as alumni. But these first students planted a seed. They kept alive a vision. And whenever we think of Alumni Association, certain names come to our mind. And we want to, it's at the end, but we certainly want to start formally by recognizing the contribution of these students in terms of keeping the fires of the Alumni Association alive in our mind. The vision was there, and we are building on the foundation that they laid. We have decided to recognize three of these persons and to show our gratitude in a tangible way. Eva David Swain had to leave earlier, and we certainly, in her absence again, would want to put our hands together for Eva David Swain, who laid a foundation and a vision and kept the dream alive. Tonight we have been graced with the presence of Mrs. Cooper, Winston Cooper, now deceased. Assistant Commissioner of Police. Whenever we think of Alumni Association, his name comes to mind. And Mrs. Cooper is here this evening. We thank her for coming. And at this time, we want to invite Mrs. Cooper to come forward as she receives, on behalf of Winston Cooper, a posthumous award for his contribution to keeping the alumni vision of Northeastern College alive. Could someone please escort Mrs. Cooper forward? Let's put our hands together. Thank you, Mrs. Cheryl Scott Alvarez.
Mrs. Cooper, on behalf of the upcoming Alumni Association, we want you to accept this on behalf of your husband, Mr. Winston Cooper, who has been tremendous in terms of everything Northeastern.
Let's put our hands together. And also with us this evening, an alumnus, and here as a guest of honor, Mrs. Maura Kusilal Luces. You know, whenever I hear the word Maura, whenever I see Maura, I still remember her days as the head girl. She's still very much our head girl, and we want to recognize her contribution to keeping the alumni vision alive by giving her a tangible token of our appreciation. Mrs. Lucille Wilkinson.
I call her the mother of Northeastern, the flag bearer, the lady who kept this dream alive for many, many years and created a path for us to follow. Thank you, Maura.
Thank you very much.
Good night, everyone. I wish to thank the interim alumni committee for inviting me here today. And as I told Ms. Ramlal, or the present principal, I belong to Northeastern College. I have two grandsons who attend this college at the moment, and one of my sons also attended this college. So my heart is buried in Northeastern College, just as Winston, right? Winston was my dear friend from the day we entered Northeastern on Tuesday, May the 9th, 1961, till he passed. We were friends for nearly 53 years. And some of the students from my time, from 61 to 66, we still meet and talk about our wonderful days in Northeastern College under the principalship of Mr. Ralph Laltu. He was a great man. He sort of molded and shaped Northeastern College to what it is today, and with the help of the alumni, I am sure the college will be that strong again. Thank you, and everyone have a blessed night.
Thank you very much, Ms. Kusila. Over the years, there have been many efforts by various alumni groups to have alumni activities. One of the things that we've recognized that the alumni spirit has not been quenched. You know, we have been asked the question as we publicized this launch this evening, why so long? But many groups have been meeting, alumni activities have been taking place. But our effort would have started sometime during the month of March last year. A group of alumni came together and, fired by the vision, the dream that was kept alive by our predecessors, we determined that the Alumni Association should be revived, should get going again. We had a meeting on the 19th of March here in on this campus. And coming out of that meeting, 19 of us were there. and 8 persons volunteered to form a committee which will look into the launching of the Alumni Association. I want to pay tribute to those 8 persons this evening. Kamson Francis. Kamson, are you here? Let's put our hands together for Kamson Francis. Could you join me? Could you join me, Kamson? Cheryl Scott Alvarez. Cheryl, could you join me? Mukmen Abdul Wudud. Could you join me? Lana MacDonald. Could we clap a little more enthusiastically? Leroy Williams. Leroy, could you join us? Yes, Leroy is coming. Reminds me of Form 1A. Come, Leroy. Lana MacDonald. Linda Osborne. Lucille Wilkinson. Okay. Okay. The 8 of us here, I want to invite you please to put your hands together for these volunteers. Along the way, we were joined again by other persons. Let me tell you something. Their presence, you all stay here, please, please. We have been working together as a team. We have been meeting behind the scenes in homes, restaurant, on the compound here, and volunteerism, I would say, and working together is what has brought us here together tonight. And I am making a point of having my colleagues stand here with me because it is because we worked as a team, because of their unstinting support, because of their involvement as we work together, we have been able to sustain this effort. What we discovered is that as others joined us, our effectiveness became greater, and we began to understand the depth of the Alumni Association. We could not have caused what's happening here tonight, and we cannot cause this Alumni Association to flourish. It would require the involvement, the contribution of all alumni. I want to recognize Oliver Rupsing. Oliver Rupsing. And I want to say that as Oliver Rupsing joined us, there was a visionary, there was a depth of creativity which has made such a big difference to the efforts of the 8 of us. Let's put our hands again together for Oliver Rupsing. Usha Garib. Usha, could you join us? When Usha joined us, Usha brought a sense of commitment, a stick-to-itiveness, which contributed so tremendously to what we are doing here tonight. Could I invite Hermoine James and Nichelle Windsor Farrell to join us? One of the things that the Alumni Association does, it continues to do what Northeastern College did, brings together people from all different circumstances to work together harmoniously. An Alumni Association, because we have probably taken so long to start, there's a breadth with respect to the age groups, with respect to the varied interests, and I want to say that when Usha and Hermoine and Nichelle joined us, they brought a freshness, and the youth, which has contributed so much to making this a pleasant effort. Joining us further, we had Mr. Mark Stephen Romero. Could we put our hands together for Mark Stephen Romero? Mark Stephen Romero, again, Mark is unique. Mark has shown himself to be such a resourceful person, such a dynamic organizer, and again, tribute to the depth of our alumni community. We also had joining us Abigail Jilal Singh. Yes, Gail. Abigail Jilal Singh. And one of the things that we want to do as an association is to cultivate a very close relationship with the current administration and staff of Northeastern College. And Ms. Jilal Singh is, in fact. We also had joining us from, yes. Of course, Deidre Rahman. Put our hands together for Deidre. And Shaloma Philanders. And these ladies have brought a certain know-how with respect to the social network, and things have been happening which the 8 of us who started could not put together. We also had joining us the youthful Sanjay Santoki, Noreldin Mohammed. Let's put our hands together for these young men. Later in the night, we would be unveiling a logo, which certainly was designed by... Now, we are looking here at a group of people who work together. And this is tribute to our motto, but of course, which we will be proposing to you. Stronger together. We are stronger together. That is something about the alumni effort. It can only get stronger as we all join, as we all work together. The question was asked, why so late? I just want to advance 3 reasons for that could encourage us to capitalize on this lateness. The first thing is that our country right now is in the midst of a serious crisis. And rather than asking why so late, I think we have an opportunity to make a difference when our country is in crisis. We live in a society that has become very individualistic, where individuals have sought their fortunes and our institutions have been crumbling. The family, churches, schools, you name them, our institutions seem to be falling apart. Yes, you may take your seats. They don't like the lights. And it is an opportune time for the 12,000 of us to seriously take on the challenge of building an institution. Our country needs this effort. We have seen the spate of murders, the spike in criminal activities generally. And it has a lot to do with the fact that our institutions are not effectively passing on the values. They are not building relationships. And because of that, many are falling through the crack. It's like a house that's badly leaking, we could become busily involved in mopping up the water, or we can take the time to repair the roof. And this association gives us an opportunity of pooling our resources together. Northeasterners are all over the world. Northeasterners are involved in all the various community building disciplines. We have resources that are untapped. And this effort, if embraced by all of us, would go a long way to building not only the institution of the association, but partnering with building and strengthening our school, Northeastern College. It will contribute to building a stronger community. And that's why we are not too late. It's the opportune time. It's a time when we need really to put our shoulder to the wheel. An alumni association, starting at this time, we have an opportunity to bring the ages together. In our society, we still see the impact of the generation gap. There is a disconnect between the young and the old. Alumni associations and fraternities generally have the unique feature that when one enters into alumni or fraternity activity, they generate a level of commonality where we enjoy the common thread, the connection we have with an institution, the pleasant memories we had there. And in the process, we learn to appreciate each other. I met tonight several persons who I never met before. They were pretty youthful. And of course, when I introduced myself to them, and I said, Dale Scobie, 64, Northeastern 64, immediately their faces lit up and identified with me because of the common bond of being part of Northeastern. This is a powerful bond. And when we leave the school, I've heard from so many, the memories of the friendships that we made here. Most of us can date actually being prepared to engage the community on our experience at Northeastern College. And that shared memory, the pleasantness of the time we spent sitting on these desks, sitting on these chairs, can bring us together in a powerful union that can contribute to the passing on of the values of respect to the society, values which seem to be disappearing. We have set about preparing a constitution for the association. Of course, it's a draft constitution, which we hope to send to every person who has come here tonight, who has given us your email address. This constitution proposes various categories of members, and it is a document which we hope at a later date will be accepted by the association as the governing instrument of our association. We were faced with a challenge in determining what do we do beyond tonight. Let me say that there are many who say that Trinidadians are event-oriented, that we are involved in Carnival and we put a lot of effort into the event of Carnival, and after Carnival, it's all over. And because of our preoccupation with events, the work involved in carrying on a great effort behind the scenes, the consistency, the discipline, the willingness to sacrifice, there are those who say that Trinidadians don't have a lot of it. This association gives us the opportunity to contribute to a continuing effort. This is an effort that is not only about having a grand occasion. It's about what we do in our relationship with the school, how much we are prepared to partner with the school to discover what are the challenges faced by the administration. Recently, there was a problem in the school with respect to electricity, and I refer to it because it's fresh on our minds. When we inquired about it, we were told that the problem would probably continue for a week or two. Members of the Alumni Association partnered with the school in calling the particular officials who were connected to the problem. And as a matter of fact, we have an alumnus who is also the parliamentary representative for this constituency. And she too became involved. And it was that same night, if I'm not mistaken, that the Minister of Education announced that the problem, which was supposed to have taken a week or two, would be resolved the following day. That's the power of working together. We had another situation recently where one of our daughters was brutally murdered. An alumni association that's conscious and that's sensitive to what is happening to its school, wherever alumni are, they would say something about it. They would raise a hue and cry. And maybe if only by the strength of our numbers, the security forces would take note. The government would take note. And they would take note because they would realize that we too are doing something about it. We are pulling ourselves together, bonded by this institution that we love. We are coming together for the purpose of building an institution. And when we build an institution, we build a community. And when we strengthen the community, we are also building our country. Alumni in other countries have contacted us, and they are asking when they can make financial contributions. One professor said that he would like to start a publication and would like to see something done to the library at Northeastern College where articles could be published. Of course, this is a secondary school, but certainly that activity could be done. The point about it is that alumni all around, because of the love we have for this institution that gave us a start, are willing, but there must be a vehicle, there must be an organization that is prepared to deal with this latent desire to benefit Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, we are calling on all of us. Yes, we would enjoy our events. Yes, we would always have them. But let us commit to a continuing effort so that page 1 can grow into a book of which we would be very proud. As I said, we're going to be preparing copies of the Constitution to be circulated, electronic copies, but the challenge still remains as to what we do after tonight. There was one suggestion which was made that in this meeting, we can announce to the alumni gathered that we are fixing a date when we will hold elections and we will have a constitution presented and elections be held so that a new executive could be elected into office. There was an immediate uproar when that suggestion was made, which I made myself. That's how I conceived of it. Our passion really is to have the association started. In terms of the continuing of the association, we are confident that our alumni, there is sufficient depth and experience and maturity to do all that it takes to make this association probably the best in the country. Of course, Northeastern College was once one of the best schools. I think it still is, but we can still put it beyond doubt as we redouble our efforts. So the suggestion came that we will appoint a date when we will nominate persons and have a new executive. The uproar gave an alternative view. Concern was expressed that the momentum which has started, the organization which is already taking shape, and the things which have been done. As a matter of fact, during our time, we have been working with 5 committees. We had a committee, Public Relations and Media. This committee was chaired by Hermoine James. Certainly want to thank Hermoine for her effort. We had another committee, Constitution Committee, which drafted the Constitution, again of 5 persons, chaired by myself. A committee dealing with finance and fundraising, chaired by Mrs. Cheryl Scott Alvarez. A committee dealing with special events and catering, chaired by Nichelle Farrell Windsor. A committee, Heritage Committee, Oliver Rupsing, and an Alumni Projects Committee, which was officially chaired by Mr. David Leader. Of course, we were not all able to contribute as much as we would like to a continuing effort, but we appreciate the involvement and the commitment of every person who volunteered to sit on these committees, to chair these committees, and contribute to laying the foundation for what we believe is going to become a very fantastic effort. The alternative suggestion is that this gathering now constitutes itself as a business meeting. And we propose that this gathering gives a mandate to the current executive, and you constitute the current executive as your first officers, who would continue and complete the preparation of a constitution, who would continue and complete this formation that's taking place. And you give the current executive a time frame within which to report back to you when the Constitution, which would be circulated before that date, when the Constitution would be considered, you would be able to give your comments, and we present the Constitution for your ratification, for your acceptance, and officers are then voted into position. So this evening, I want to propose to you that we, for just a moment, constitute ourselves as the business meeting of the Northeastern College Alumni Association. I have a document here which summarizes the proposal with respect to the mandate, and we are offering this to you. And if this is moved and seconded and voted into effect, then the team which has been proposed would continue in operation, and we are saying to meet no later than the second Sunday in March 2018, when we would report to you. As a matter of fact, at least 3 months before that date, you would have a constitution in your hand, which you would have been able to reflect on, and we would report to you on that date, and elections be held. But we are just concerned that the incubation period for this association, we should guard it and permit the current team of officers to continue this initial effort. So I want to read here the mandate which is being proposed, and this is the mandate which is proposed that you adopt. We, the former students of Northeastern College Sangre Grande, being present at the auditorium of the said Northeastern College on Sunday, the 5th day of March in the year of our Lord 2017, at a meeting duly called for this purpose, do hereby formally constitute ourselves as, and shall hereafter be called, the Northeastern College Alumni Association. In furtherance of this action, we do hereby elect and appoint the following persons to be the first officers and comprise the executive committee of the said association. Now, one of the things you'd observe, if I may say, is that we have chosen the office of vice president rather than secretary and treasurer and the usual terms. Because having regard to the formative stage of our organization, we believe every officer should have a breadth of responsibility for carving and shaping each particular aspect of the association. And we thought that by virtue of being appointed as a vice president, it would give a broader span of authority, a greater feeling of being responsible for that particular area. So I want to read now the proposed list. Dale Scobie, President. Kamsen Marique, Vice President, Media and Special Events. Cheryl Scott Alvarez, Vice President, Finance. Mark Stephen Romero, Vice President, Special Projects and Event Management. Shalona Philanders, Vice President, Secretarial Affairs. Deirdre Rahaman, Vice President, IT and Public Relations. Hermoine James, Vice President, Recruitment. Lana McDonald, Vice President, Fundraising. Usha Garib, Vice President, Recruitment, Fundraising. We are proposing that the following persons be appointed as well to that executive to serve in such capacities as will be determined. Oliver Rupsingh, Mukmin Abdul Udud, Lucille Wilkinson, Michelle Farrell Windsor, Abigail Jilal Singh, we propose as a school representative, Noor Udil Mohammed, student representative, Leroy Williams as a member, Sanjay Santoki as the student representative. For the purpose of carrying into effect this mandate, we hereby expressly authorize the said executive committee to act on our behalf in all matters pertaining to the operation and administration of this association. In particular, we hereby authorize the executive to perform the following actions on our behalf. To prepare and present to us a draft constitution for the governing and operation of the association for our consideration and approval within 3 months of the date of this gathering. To elect officers and form such committees as may, in the discretion of the said executive, be deemed necessary for the proper functioning of the association. Thirdly, to appoint such officers or personnel as may be required for the proper functioning of the association, to hire and or employ the services of such persons as the executive may consider necessary for the proper functioning of the association. Fourth, to open and operate such bank accounts as may be required for the better management of such monies as shall come into the hands of the executive or any officer for the benefit of the association. Fifth, to cooperate with the principal of Northeastern College in such ventures or programs as may be in the interest of Northeastern College or in the interest of the association. Six, to sign checks, documents, and or other documents as may be necessary in order to more effectually transact the business of the association. Finally, to take all such acts and conduct all such transactions as may be necessary and incidental to any of the above mandates and for the proper functioning of the association. Of course, we end by saying the condition of this mandate is that the said executive shall take the following action. One, the executive shall prepare and circulate by electronic mail to all members of the association a copy of the proposed draft constitution within 3 months. So we undertake to get it to each person whose email address has been given within 3 months. Secondly, the executive of the association shall call and convene a general membership meeting of the association before the second Monday in the month of March 2018 and shall present the constitution of the association for adoption. Thirdly, the executive shall notify the members of the date of the general meeting at least 2 months prior to the date of the meeting. And we, the members of the Northeastern College Alumni Association, further undertake to ratify, approve all actions performed and decisions made by the said executive committee in furtherance of this mandate, dated the 5th of March 2017. So as has been explained, this is a proposal which we are offering to you for your consideration and we hope your ratification. At this time, we want this to be a matter. One of the things that as an executive we don't want to do, we have been operating as an interim committee on the basis of volunteerism. But we think that we want to have your authority. We think that we have launched the association and you must give us a mandate to allow us to continue until we come back to you in the month of March, again, 2018, to present your constitution and to have an election of officers. Having presented this to you, I want to give the opportunity to anyone gathered here to make a motion to this effect. If it's moved and it is seconded, we would have from you any comments. We'll entertain 5 comments having regard to the circumstances of this meeting, and then we will take a vote. Yes, please. Could you come closer? Is it a motion you're making? Okay, but just a minute. Before we ask a question, just 1 second, please. What I'm suggesting to us is that we make a motion and second it so that it could be discussed. Okay. Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Be adopted for discussion. I
Amen.
so move.
It's moved. Could it be seconded? Is there a second? Seconded. Yes. Yes, please. A comment, a question, please.
Right.
Could you identify yourself?
Well, I am Mervyn Richardson, 1966. I would like one change of word. Instead of elected, I would just say appointed for tonight. They're appointed, right? Rather than because there is no election taking place. So I like appointed.
Yes.
And my other thing, I find that the gestation period between now and September, it's a little, now and March, it's too long. We would like a recall sometime about September. So if a meeting could be held between now and September, I think March is too long. People in thing might wane and things like that.
Yes.
So those are my two, concerns.
Beautiful. Now, if you, okay, we have a motion and it has been seconded. We are having a suggestion, Mr. Richardson, if you want to make an amendment to the motion that the period of time be shortened from 12 months to the month of September, you may do it. And if it is seconded, we will consider it. If it's not moved and seconded, we will proceed on the basis of the motion that's on the floor. So there is an amendment suggested. If it is moved and seconded, we will have a vote on it. And if generally that's the feeling, we will go along with that. Is there a motion to the effect? If there's a motion, we deal with it on that basis. Okay, there's no motion to amend. Yes, please. Is it on the amendment, the suggestion?
I so move
Yes.
and seconded.
Yes, it is moved.
Second the motion.
Okay, is it seconded by anyone? Seconded, yes. All right. Now, there is a motion with respect to reducing the time between now and the next meeting to the month of September. Any comment on it before we take a vote? Okay, we're going to take a vote on the motion.
Please, please identify so I could bring the microphone over to you. So if you raise your hand, I'll quickly get the microphone over to you.
There is a motion that we reduce the time period from the second Sunday in March. I take it to the second Sunday before the second Sunday in September. Yes. I would only comment on the amendment that between now and September might seem to be a manageable time, but it's just that having regard to the fact that all the members of this proposed committee are working people, and sometimes it's difficult in terms of getting the Constitution out and doing everything. It was just suggested a lengthier period. But of course, if the association believes that September, you prefer September, it will be September. Any other comment? All right. Well, let's see whether we can just have a general, we can get an assessment as to how the vote is. Those who are in favor of amending by reducing the period from March 2018 to September, could you show by the uplifted right hand? All right, could I ask Mrs. Ramlal, Mrs. Ramlal, could I ask you to join me? Please, just to help me assess what the voting looks like. And we are going to go through this on yes. Okay, so we are looking now at the hands of those who would like to have the period reduced. And yes, just to get an idea, we're seeing most of the hands in the middle, okay? Yes. 43. Okay, those who are opposed to the amendment, could you show by lifted right hand? It's carried. So the proposal has been amended by reducing the time period when this, now there was also an amendment with respect to the word elected and instead of word appointed. I think it's a matter, it's a correction which we can adopt without a vote, because I think as a matter of grammar and procedure, it's really an appointment rather than an election. Well, it is an election to appoint. It's an appointment. Let's take it as an appointment. Okay. Now, those who are in favor that the motion as amended be adopted by this gathering, could you show by the uplifted right hand? Now, you voted to amend the motion, but now we are asking to vote to support the amended motion. Those who are in favor, could you show by the uplifted right hand? Yes. Okay, those who are opposed? It's carried. We certainly would like to thank you for the confidence that you have shown in this team. And we undertake, as mandated by this association, to report to you by the second Sunday in the month of September, as you have mandated us. Once again, we want to enlist the support of all alumni to be recruiting officers. Wherever your classmates are, wherever they are, pull them out, get to them, encourage them to join this effort. We are starting late, but we are ready. We are mature. We have a rich span of resources, and we are asking everyone to become involved. I wish you a very good evening.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Ramlal, who still looks the same today. Happy birthday to you. Miss Ramlal was the teacher we took our fashion tips from. And I referred to Miss Ramlal's look when I started to become a working woman. You know, this nice pencil skirt and the heels and the shades and the hair all in one bun. Miss Ramlal actually set the trend for what a professional woman looked like. So let's hear it from Miss Ramlal. So without further ado, we would like to launch the logo. Yes, it's a lot to take in. So let's give our new logo a round of applause. The logo for our launch of our first Northeastern College Alumni Association, March 5th, 2017. With this, we come to the close of the formal part of the program. Thank you so much to my co-hosts, and I bid you all a good night till we meet in September 2017. Good night, everyone.
You were right there for me. You were right there for me. Always. Ooh. Northeastern Alumni. I'll keep a part of you with me, and everywhere I am, there you'll be. And everywhere I am, there you'll be. There you'll be.